Hello YouTube, this is Shining Gold with Let's Play Rome Total War Part 6. I do believe this is Part 6. How do I... There's no immediate load option. Oh, wait. No, yes there is, it's under multiplayer. I think this is taking me to Recorded 5 anyway. Or Recorded 6. So, I guess we can check. It should. I don't know why it wouldn't. It was the last thing I saved. Let me just check and see. Yeah, this is our save. Okay, so last time we took Salona over here and we did some other things, but I remember we were about to fight a war against Mediolanium, or a battle, I guess, not a war. I just need to... Wait, what did I do with all my troops? Oh, that's right, I brought them over here. And that's why they're all mad, is because it's just totally filled with troops. And I could... yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take out a ton of these guys. Not all of them, but a ton of them. And put them on the ship. This turn? Whoa, now everyone's really mad. Why's everyone pissed off? Okay, well, one of the good parts about Rome Total War is that you can go in and see exactly why your faction, or why any individual city is angry at you for whatever reason. Settlement details. Okay, I don't know if I've shown this screen before, so this is good. If you'll look in the public order section over here, about 80% of it, 80% of the happiness, the positive things that are 80% of the happiness of the colony, nation, whatever, is felt from garrisoning troops within the borders and from buildings of entertainment, fun, culture, and the maintenance of good order. But the exact opposite feelings of unhappiness are felt from unrest, which is, I think, just like the fear that a war is going to happen, I'd imagine. Culture penalty, which I think is the fact that they have a different culture than Roman culture, or they just don't have a lot of culture altogether. And distance to capital, which is always going to be a factor when we're expanding. And the fact that those people aren't even that far from our capital is just going to... I mean, it foreshadows the fact that that's going to become the major issue of our colonies eventually. But for now we can, in order to make them happy and not revolt against us, we can but we can reduce their taxes a little bit. So we can go in to one of these freaking screens, balanced build policy, financial build policy, military aid policy. I don't have a governor in there. Okay. Maybe I should put my governor back in there.
Ready to sail.
Or my general. Oh, that's Vibius Julius. He's a major general. Okay. So what I can do then is I can put a couple more troops in there. Oh wait, they're not angry anymore. What happened? But see, like when I turn on auto manage everything, they get, oh no, they're not unhappy at all. Okay, whatever. I guess some unrest disappeared because, I don't know. Let's check. Let's check and see what happened. There's so many different buttons and everything in this game. It kind of gets hard to manage everything. Tax bonus. Okay, so they must have lowered taxes. And, oh, a population boom just happened. So, like, immediately there was some policy that the computer put into place. Oh, it was over here. I changed it to a growth build policy instead of a cultural build policy. Let's see. It must have been something I did. See, it's at a cultural build policy. Oh, no. Whatever. Something happened. IDK, lol. But since this is a small town, actually it's... Oh, no. Yeah, it's a small town. We can... choose what we want to build there. A balanced build policy is obviously balanced. They're just going to build, you know, a little bit of everything. Financial, they're going to try to maximize the money output from the colony, which is kind of nice for smaller colonies. I keep saying colony. Cities? I'll use city. But colony is kind of accurate. But let's go with city. Trying to maximize the money output of the city. Military build policy. They're going to build a bunch of military units to be garrisoned in the city or used otherwise. And growth build policy is, I think this leads to the most happiness because it leads... No, it doesn't. Population growth. It just tries to maximize population growth. And if there's a ton of people in the city, then, like a ton of people and not a ton of services or like nice buildings set up in the city, then they're going to be unhappy. It's going to be more difficult to deal with a really big colony than a really small colony, city, whatever. In any case, you pretty much have to make sure, like if it's a really big, population inside a city, and you have, I don't know why I'm tripping on this so much. It's not that difficult. If there's a huge population within a city and you didn't make sure that everything is right as far as buildings go, or as far as like as far as the buildings that were built in the city, essentially that's what it comes down to in this game. If things aren't set up right, but you have a huge population, it can lead to just a really terrible city that's almost impossible to have a decent happiness with, and you'll almost definitely be making negative money. That's why it can be a better strategy to just wipe out the entire population of a city that you take over, because if it's like a barbarian, if it's a barbarian city and they don't have a lot of stuff built, but it's a huge population, then you really won't have anything. It's going to be difficult for you to have success, especially if you're not trying to micromanage things really specifically. So, but the happiness thing seemed to get that was sorted out earlier. I was just trying to explain the system right there. Let's change this to a cultural build. Oh wait, it's just a small town. Let's just go balanced. It's not like it's a really important place, and I intend upon getting a governor there eventually. Okay, something someone said was that there isn't a ton of troops garrisoned in Segesta. But that was because earlier there was literally no troops garrisoned in there, but in my most recent part that changed. So I think we should be good with that on that front. As far as places that could use more garrison, I'd imagine Patavium could use a little bit more. But I'll leave off a couple of troops when I head back on this boat. But we're in a decent spot right now. What we should do is we should have Aretium make boats, because we need boats so we can get these troops out of Corrales. Because frankly, we don't have anything over there right now. We have too much, actually. We don't have any means of transporting the people out of that colony. City, colony, whatever. Construction. I'm not going to get into micromanaging. I'm sorry, guys. Just auto-manage. Yeah, that should be good. We can end turn here. Unless... yeah, he has some troops, which is a bit of a worry, actually. On this next turn, I'm going to just prematurely have my troops get off of this barge to make sure that they don't try to take one of my colonies, because I'm not really prepared to deal with any kind of forces out there right now. So let's go ahead and end this turn off in any case. I'm sorry, explaining those that micromanaging thing ended up taking way longer than I thought it would. Okay. So the Senate just assigned us a mission to take Carthage. The reason why I skipped right past it, I skipped right past that, the message says the same thing every time. when it asks you to blockade a port, it's basically going to be the same thing every time. So Carthage is obviously the Carthaginian capital. What fleet am I selecting? Up here. Okay. So I'd imagine that we would be able to blockade Carthage on the same mission where we try to take Corrales. We take the troops out of Corrales. But we don't want to do it with the same fleet as that, because if Carthaginian ships try to defend Carthage by destroying our ships, then it could end with our entire army getting pretty much destroyed. And we don't want that. Not one bit. So here's the fleet that we just built. Did I turn? Yes, I did. So let's go ahead and get these troops out of Carthage. Oh, no, out of Corrales. But let's not do that this turn. Yeah, like I said, let's not do this turn, because we'll need some more fleets, some more ships in there, in order to defend the troops so they don't get destroyed by Carthaginian fleets. I'm sorry, I'm kind of frazzled this part. I need to calm down. Okay, so during the turn switch, I guess you can say, two things happened. One, Patavium got besieged by, frankly, not a lot of Gaelic troops, which makes sense because we don't have a ton of troops garrisoned in here. And Segesta, the same thing happened. So what we should do is we should freak out. No, we should have these troops come in and save the day. But since Segesta is just a small town, and Rome, what am I talking about? Patavium is a larger town, so it's more important that we get troops to back up Patavium. But the fact that they're sieging, like, the CPU will very rarely just siege your town and then immediately after that go into battle. But this is kind of a special case because there is so few troops there that I wouldn't be surprised at any actions that the CPU takes, really. But there is an incredibly low amount of troops, Gaelic troops, besieging these guys, so I might even just send in some Hastati, led by this Manius Julius guy, to defend the day. That seems like it might be enough just to, I don't know, just to intimidate the captain. In fact, let's go ahead and send this Hastati that's garrisoned in the city. Oh, can I not send troops? Okay, yeah, they're sieged, so they can't leave. They have 5 turns to surrender. Patavium has 6 turns to surrender. Okay. I haven't really been in this situation before, playing this game. So I'd imagine that we should be fine. We're good, don't worry. But let's go ahead and have this guy, since he is led by a commander, like by a general, let's have him get some mercenaries. If I had just sent the Hastati without this family member is what I should have said. If I had just sent the troops without a family member, then he wouldn't be able to get mercenaries. So, since we have mercenaries, we now have not more troops than that guy, but we have a comparable amount of troops. So it might be enough to send him over the edge as far as attacking the city. Because now all of a sudden it's him versus the troops that are garrisoned in there, even though there's not that many, versus me, versus Manius Julius. So he might decide to leave, frankly. But just to make sure that he leaves, let's also get some town watch in here into Segesta. Let's make some town watch. And in Patavium, we'll make some troops. Oh, we're already making some guard dogs, which is nice. We might as well make some better troops as well, though. Watchdogs are the most expensive troops, but they are not the best in my opinion. They're kind of hard to... I don't know. I don't think... I don't have too much experience with them, but I remember being a little bit wary of only making like a huge army of just them. Like I imagined. I remember it being easier to just make it of men. I could be wrong on that front though. Whatever. I'll make some horse troops and some... Oh, I don't have enough money to make anything else. So let's just make some horse troops in there. Screw it. Can I retrain any troops? No, because I don't have anyone garrisoned in there. That isn't already filled. So... We're pretty good. We're good right now. Let's end turn. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so the Greek cities want to offer a ceasefire, but there's no real reason to agree to a ceasefire right now. We can look and see what the Senate would say in that situation. Actually, we can't. We have to agree or disagree to this. I'm going to just go ahead and disagree. But the fact that they offered that means that we could probably go in and offer a ceasefire ourselves and get a positive from them, and they'll probably agree. Okay, so we recruited some more biomes over here. I still am not sure if that's how you pronounce that. Oh, if we look, actually, the Carthaginians have gone ahead and sent more troops in to defend, or to try to take back Corrales, which is a stupid idea because we have way more troops than they do. Just look at that. Look at how many more troops we have than them. So just going ahead and destroying this captain, yeah, just a captain. He's not a member of their family. Just going ahead and fighting them, we should automatically resolve and be fine. Yeah, clear victory, and they withdrew from battle. Now it's not going to take us just the one turn to get to Carthage, to get to Corrales, not Carthage, but we are going to go to Carthage eventually. But whatever, that's not the point. So we can, during this turn break, we can retrain some troops, can't we? Oh, no, we cannot, because Corrales is just a town, so they don't have enough resources to remake those Hastati units that we have in there. So let's not worry about that now. Okay, in the turn break, this member of the Gaelic family, or just the general, I guess. It's hard to classify. Oh no, it is a Gaelic family member. He has refused to leave Segesta, even though we didn't make troops. I guess they don't make troops very quickly over there. So if we want to, we could engage them, but I'm not going to, because frankly, we don't have enough troops to engage them. So let's drop off our troops over here at Batavium. And let's have them come in and save the day, swing in and save the day over here, with some newly trained mercenary units. Yeah, this should just about force them to withdraw from this. Why can't I attack him? Navies cannot attack. Oh, no, I'm not trying to attack with my navy. Here we go. So since there's not even a Gaelic general over here, I'd imagine that the Gauls aren't trying to take this Batavium. They're just trying to force us, trying to force our hand, essentially. Trying to pressure us into leaving Batavium or bringing in more troops, and that's exactly what we'll do. Armelius Julius? Why is he... Oh. Okay. This is, the people who are already garrisoned in Batavium, but we should be fine. With my forces, my general, my Vibius Julius guy, who is, you know, already completely battle-trained and everything. I mean, he's experienced. This should be a clear-cut, automatically resolved success. And it was. Clear victory. Just about as good as you're going to get from an automatically resolved battle. So what we'll do then, since we don't want to have those guys keep trying to garrison us, we're just going to drop off some troops into Batavium. So now we'll have a decent garrison in there. Yeah, decent enough. At least until until we can train more. We'll keep those guys in there until Batavium can train more troops. So we'll send Vibius Julius, my favorite general, frankly. I mean, he's won a lot of battles for us. We'll send him over to Segesta to deal with that problem. In fact, what I'll do is I'll have him... well, let's see. If I move him this way, then it'll take him 2 turns to reach there, 2 turn changes to get there. And yeah, there's no point really in sending him this way, because there's this Captain Hippo Stratos dude from the rebel army who's blocking his path, and I don't want to get into that conflict right now, so I'm just going to send him in through this way, so that if this reaches a conflict, if a battle actually starts here, then this guy will be screwed from both fronts. But the only problem with that is it involves us ending off a turn up by Mediolanium over here. So if there's any Gaelic troops in this region that we can't see right now, then we might end up getting ambushed, bombarded, whatever you want to say. So we'll probably have to construct a fort if we want to guarantee our safety. Yeah, let's end the turn, though. Unless there's some action that we can take over here. It doesn't look like there is. Let's just... Oh, no. Yeah, we already moved that unit for the turn. Yeah, there's no action we can take. Let's go ahead. There's no reason to start that fight, to engage in that battle yet. So let's wait for him to come in. Yeah, let's wait the 2 turns for him to come in. Segesta was training units, that's right. 1 turn for that to get complete. It takes them 2 turns, I'd imagine, to construct a unit, because, hey, that's what it looks like it's taking them. Did I turn off? I did turn off auto management, but that's fine, because I want to construct a land clearage in here, which will improve farms and food production. It's pretty much the only thing you can construct in here right now, it appears. So let's do that. If we go into the building browser, this is a very nice, kind of like a flowchart, I guess, as to what buildings you can construct. So if you want to get into micromanaging, then this will be your best friend, as to each city. And if you look, you don't even have to get out of this window. You can just switch it, and it'll switch between different cities. So if we look here, Arretium, which is one of our largest cities, I think it might even be our largest city. It's our capital, so it should be, I guess. It's only a town. I should stop saying city. It's a large town. We look, and we can see what buildings we can construct. Let's go into the building management screen. Yeah, here we go. This is what we can construct right now. We're going to construct a blacksmith, but we can construct sewers, communal farming, paved roads, and a bunch of different shrines. So if you want to get full on into micromanaging cities, then this building browser will be, I mean, it's essential, really, to keep track of, like, if you want to get to the point where your city has an epic stone wall, then you'll need to wait until you get a huge city there. In order to change, like, if you look up here, it says town, large town, minor city, large city, huge city. The farthest right of these that is highlighted, that is, like, saturated with color, is your current city. Like, it is the state at what the state of the town. So this is a large town because that's up here. Like, that's this. Once we construct a governor's palace, then it will go from being a large town to being a minor city. But I believe you need population in order to construct a governor's palace, and then a proconsul's palace, and then an imperial palace. So we can't think about that yet. There's no one building that you can construct in order to be able to build a proconsul's palace or whatever. But yeah, if you have a huge population in a city, then you want to build a governor's palace or a proconsul's palace in order to get to the next step, because then you can make better buildings. A larger population means you'll need better buildings in order to deal with the population. So pretty much right when you're able to, you should, in most cases. I'd imagine there's some kind of variable in which you wouldn't want to, but I can't think of it right now. To me, it just seems like a pretty good idea to have the best buildings in your city as possible. I suppose if you're low on cash or something, then don't, but whatever. Okay, so if we look up here, the Gaelic troops have decided to engage us in battle. In fact, they are trying to engage our city because Flavius the Honest is being attacked by this family member, and Manius Julius is offering his help. So we can't withdraw from battle because I'm under siege right now. So what we should do is we should just automatically resolve the battle, I guess. There's no real... I mean, we have the advantage, 5-3, which is a decent advantage. I'm pretty confident in that, and the worst case scenario is that we have to wait a couple of turns for my troops to get there, for my Vibius Julius troops to get there. So we should be in pretty good shape. We also probably have better trained troops. So let's automatically resolve the battle. Yeah, clear victory. That's what I thought. So that means we have taken care of both. I'm sorry. We've taken care of both sieges. So Britannia, which is going to become the United Kingdom eventually, or the British Isles. It's an early... Yeah, you guys realize that. Britannia has offered us trade rights. Oh, sorry, that was a loud... I must have breathed into the microphone or something, sorry. Britannia has offered us trade rights if we give them gold, which is silly. There's no real reason to do that. We don't... I mean, it might be a good idea, maybe. I don't know. I'd like to see what the Senate thinks about them. Show help for the scroll?
Left click on the listed offer.
No.
Items to create.
How about we decline this for now? Let's accept it. 220 denarii is a pretty small down payment, and trade rates are mutually beneficial. So let's go ahead and do that. We can look and see what the Senate says about Britannia later. Again, guys, I'm not positive what I'm doing here. I'm not positive about everything I'm doing here. I've only played through this game once. I'm by no means an expert at anything in this game. So if I'm doing anything egregiously long, then I'm egregiously oh Jesus. If I'm doing anything egregiously wrong, then go ahead and leave a comment and say, "Hey, don't do that. Do this," or whatever. Just don't get to the point where it's just like, "You suck. You should go kill yourself." That's my advice. So our next movement should be Mediolanium. Let's go ahead, and since we have these two troops right here, we have both of these guys ready. I mean, we're about to take Mediolanium from both fronts, and Mediolanium doesn't even have that many troops stationed in there. So we should be absolutely fine if we decide to siege them right now. So let's make a ram here, maintain siege, and then this guy will... I think he's close enough to be reinforcement already, but let's just get him closer before we engage in that conflict next turn. So up here, our fleet has regained its movement ability, and it looks as if... Oh no. No, but there is a ton of Carthaginian troops, and... Oh, hey, look at that. No, there are two sets of fleets from the Carthaginians in here trying to take Corrales. And there is a huge amount of... Wait, what am I saying? No. There's two sets of fleets from the Carthaginians trying to take Corrales, and the rebels, this set of rebels, the rebel pirates, are also here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to move our troops up. I mean, we're going to move our fleet up over here a little bit, and then we're going to just take out a decent amount of troops from Corrales. A decent amount, not all of them, because frankly we'll need some. Yeah, and we'll just go ahead and ship them out onto this fleet. For good measure, we'll go ahead and recruit some more troops into this Corrales town. Oh wait, we don't have a governor, so I can't decide to do that. I'll change them to a military build policy just in case then. And we will get this guy, this fleet that is filled with our troops, the hell out of that area, because we do not want to be engaged in a navy fleet, in a navy fight right now, because we do not have the boat power. What we should do in that case, pretty much all of our naval conflicts, we've been at the lower end. We've tried to engage in naval fights, or we've been forced to engage in naval fights, and we've just gotten completely wiped out. So what we should do is we should think about constructing better ports in one of these cities. And it looks as if we cannot do that. What? Building browser. Let's see. Traders, ports. Okay, we already have as good of a port as we can get. So we should think about... In that case, we should think about getting a growth policy in Arretium, just so we can get more people, just so we can get better buildings, just so we can turn it into a city and not just a large town, because we don't have enough. We need to produce better troops, frankly. So let's go ahead and turn into a growth policy instead of just a military policy, which is going to lose us some cash, but I think we should be fine. So have we ended the turn yet? No. Okay, so the last thing I'll do before I end off this video, it's already been a long video, but frankly I haven't done a lot. I've just been talking for a decent amount of it. Let's end the turn. And the last thing we'll do before we end this video... Ooh, what? The last thing we do before we end this video is we will take Mediolanium, but Manius Julius over here has been engaged in a conflict with Eporedioix, who is an important family member of the Gauls. Now, what's annoying about this is that Vibius Julius over here is close enough to where he could help out. He could offer assistance. But we have more troops. Manius Julius is a family member, so automatically resolving this battle should result in success. I don't know why it wouldn't. He doesn't have any troops to back him up, so I'm not sure why it's making the army strength ratio 1-to-1. Frankly, it looks as if it should be better than that. So let's resolve. Clear victory. Yeah, that's what I thought would happen. I don't know why the strength ratio was so off, but I guess it was for whatever reason. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to blockade Carthage. So let's send half of our Biarms over to Carthage to blockade it. It should only take a turn to get there. Hopefully we don't get engaged by the Spanish Navy, but I guess we could. Or the Rebel Navy. I mean, shit, they're right there. This isn't a good idea. Whatever. That's not our troops. These are our troops. Let's get them off of this ship immediately. Oh boy. Okay. So up here, oh, this is us. Okay. We're going to go ahead and engage in the siege of Mediolanium. We'll maintain that siege because this guy, Eporiroliux or whatever, is kind of hanging out there. He's being a stalker. So once we take Mediolanium, which we should, I wouldn't imagine we'd have any difficulties taking it. We'll take that right now, and then we'll have this city, and we'll have reinforcements up here, and this Epordorix guy will have no reason to stick around. So let's assault. Why is it taking so long? Ooh boy. Okay, so Epordorix is close enough to where he'll be considered reinforcements for the Gaelic troops as well. So they had more troops stationed in here than I had imagined. Frankly, it seemed inaccurate how many troops were garrisoned in there. Let's just automatically resolve this battle because we don't have enough time to do it on the battle map. I'm sorry, guys. Clear defeat. Oh no. What does that mean? Where did our troops go? Oh, they all went to Segesta. Okay, so on the next part, we will send in some troops. Wait, why was Vibius Julius not with those guys? Oh no, he retreated to Batavium. Okay, everyone retreated to Batavium, not Segesta. Okay. Wait, everyone? No, Manius Julius retreated to Segesta, and Vibius Julius retreated to Batavium. On the next part, we'll try to have this huge chunk of troops. We'll try to utilize their immense power to take Mediolanium, and I don't know how this part got to be so long. Well, I guess I do know how, but I'm sorry that it did. Actually, I'm not sorry. I know you guys like long parts. Or at least I'm sure some of you do. Whatever, let's leave before I keep rambling on about nothing. I really am sorry. This was a pretty bad part, too. I need to... I don't know. I just kind of recorded this on a whim. I wasn't really in the right state of mind, I suppose. So let's save recorded 7. I'll see you guys next time. This is Shining Gold, signing out.